Hey, what is up? What is going on, everybody? I wanted to come on here to make just a quick, I'll probably try to keep this 5, 6 minute video. But Mariners general manager Justin Hollander reported today that relief pitcher Matt Brash is being shut down indefinitely. Brash has been throwing a little bit more and was close to starting a rehab assignment. I believe Hollander said he was actually supposed to start it tonight, but each time he's thrown, it's taken him longer to recover, is what Hollander said. So he do some throwing programs or whatever on the side, off the mound, whatever it may be. And then it would take him a few days to recover. Then he'd go back and do it again. It would take him more time to recover, and then more time each time he was throwing. And then yesterday, Brash told them and the training staff that every pitch he threw, or every time he threw, I think they were just playing catch actually, it hurt or there was pain or discomfort. Don't quote me on every single term used, but that's the overall gist of it. He's going to go see a specialist in Texas. I'm assuming it's related to the elbow issue for sure. So, not good news there for the Mariners. Um, you know, Hollander even mentioned they are definitely concerned about it. So, I will never, ever speculate on injuries and say, yeah, Brash is done 100%. But it's certainly the signs are pointing towards possibly needing Tommy John, or certainly at the very least being out for quite a while. So I do think it's fair to say that you probably should not expect to see Matt Brash pitching this season. Anything you would get from him at this point would be gravy. I go back to something I said before the season. Now I'm not trying to preach like, oh, see, I said it because I've been hyped about Brash starting the rehab program and possibly being back on the mound soon for the Mariners as well. But I did say, like, I think it was back in spring, that when you're dealing with elbow and shoulder issues and ligament issues, I've never sold that we're going to see that guy back on the mound until he's back on the mound. You just don't know. There's so many lingering issues that can come up until I'm seeing Matt Brash on a major league mound getting hitters out. You're not going to convince me that there's 100% chance that he will be back, if that makes sense. Like, I'm always in the back of my mind nervous. Now, I'm not trying to like be preachy about that. I've been talking about, hey, Brash should be back soon. Brash should be back soon. So we should be good. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying, like, it is important with those ligament issues to always remember that in the back of your mind. Um, you know, I don't put any of this. I don't think the Mariners are to blame for this or anything. It's listen. I'm going to sound kind of childish and like the mother hen here, but this is not your body's natural way of throwing overhand and stuff like that. Oh, Brash is a little more sidearm than straight overhand, but you know what I mean. There's going to be injuries. Things pop up, and then things can feel better, and you can do MRIs, and they can do, all sorts of scans and say, hey, there's no ligament damage in there, it's just sore, but that doesn't mean it can't lead to something down the road. So, listen, if the reports came back that he didn't need Tommy John, then the Mariners are going to go, hey, we want to try to get you on the mound for 2024 and compete. If there's no ligament damage, then we can get you back out. You can be a big part of this. Um, obviously, I'm sure in hindsight, if that's what ends up happening, they would tell you, yeah, we would have done the surgery earlier. But there's no way to know that stuff at the time with these injuries. And you can't just be like, hey, you're going to do this surgery when you don't think it's needed to be done either. So I don't put the blame here on the Mariners. It's just unfortunate. Any injury in sports, they're just unfortunate, and they are a part of it. You're always going to lose one or two guys for a season at some point. In every sport, for the most part. So it's just one of the unfortunate things of athletics and things like that. So I don't put blame on Brash, the Mariners, anybody. It's just, it's unfortunate. And listen, nothing's set in stone yet, so we shouldn't speculate too much, but it's certainly, you'd have to lean towards Brash not pitching this year. Now, a couple things to remember also. I've seen a few people, online going, well, Santos will be done now too. Brash's injury has no impact on Gregory Santos. They're two completely different things. And actually, thank you to, I don't know if you watch his videos or not, but Max Cole Young fan on Twitter mentioning, like, Brash is a ligament issue. Santos is a muscle issue. So there's certainly a better chance that Santos is back on the mound this year than Brash when you look at the big picture of it. And you take into fact, like I said, that the injuries just, they don't have anything to do with each other. They're two separate players. So, couple positives here with this. There's no positive with Brash being out, but a couple ways that we could be okay here. One, the bullpen has been fantastic so far. They have done a great job. They added Ryan Stanek, who is not Matt Brash, but has done a nice job. The lab has gotten their hands on Trent Thornton, Saucedo, Spire, all looking like really, really top of the line relievers so far this year. So the bullpen has performed exceptionally well so far. Second of all, you still have a chance to get Gregory Santos back. And you've got this elite bullpen or bullpen that's pitching elite. I still have some concerns, right? As we get into the dog days of summer here in a month or so. Um, I'm not convinced that they're perfect, but you've got a pen that's pitching really well, and you could still add one of the better relievers in baseball in Gregory Santos. Now, we thought we had a chance to add two of the better relievers in baseball, so that's certainly a hit. That might not happen, but it's really good chance that I should say, there's still a chance you're going to get Gregory Santos back in this bullpen. Also, I will say too, let's say Santos can't come back. Neither can Brash, and it's the end of the world. Listen, bullpen arms are easy to add at the deadline and before. Teams that are going to fall out of contention are going to have good bullpen arms that they're going to be willing to trade. If the Mariners are in first place, I'm willing to give something up for a really good reliever to add to this team. Now, will they be as good as Brash or Santos? Maybe not that level of potential dominance, but you can get a solid middle relief guy and then a solid back end guy. It'll cost you something for sure, but this is a first place team right now. We'll see what ends up happening. That if you do have a chance to win this division, go get the guy. Go get the guy. If it helps you on the back end, so be it. I'll take the World Series trophy over a couple prospects any day of the week. So there's certainly ways that this still works out for the Mariners. And bullpens are something that, listen, it's not quite as important as starting rotation and the bats and things like that. It's not diminishing Matt Brash at all, but there are certainly ways the Mariners can come out of this still more than fine. This is not season over. They've survived it so far. They can still survive it. You can still get Santos back, and you can definitely add some relievers here before or at the trade deadline if you feel the need to do so. So tough news on Matt Brash. Gutted for him. Such a great season last year. And just such a shame that there's a chance we won't see him this year. I do think the Mariners can survive it. It's going to be tough. There's always going to be roadblocks in a season. They were able to survive Robbie Ray's injury last year with some great rotational depth. And hopefully so far this year, the bullpen depth has shown to be really good and they can survive this injury as well. And listen, to be optimistic, maybe there's a chance Brash gets checked out here and it's fine. He just needs to be maybe shut down for a month or two or something. I don't know. I am not a doctor by any means. As I'm sure you can tell from watching this video, but maybe they can get him back sometime late in the season. You never know. So I'll continue to be optimistic about it, but definitely doesn't look good. So have a good one, everybody. I wanted to make this video separate instead of including it in the post-game recap. Thought it was big enough news that it should be talked about. Remember to hit that like button, hit subscribe, and I will see you guys all tonight for the Mariners post-game recap. Hopefully they can get another win. Winning cures a lot of pain. This stinks, but a W can ease the pain a little bit as well. Also, real quick, the member stream will be tomorrow. So if you want to become a channel member, I am going to do a giveaway. It's going to be something small, like a keychain or something. But if you want to become a member, check the community tabs. It'll be in there. It'll give all the contest details. Have a great night, everybody, and I'll see you tonight for the post-game recap. Go Mariners. Peace.